Welcome viewers, this is Danny from Lego Buff Productions, here with a weekly update. Now those of you who've been around my channel for quite a few years might remember I used to do these and I'd show progress on my mocks. However, I'm going to change it up a bit this time and instead kind of show progress throughout the week. I'm going to film little tidbits and throw them together. I'm filming all of these on my phone right now. The camera I film all of my other YouTube videos on is right here actually. The Canon 70D, but I am using my iPhone right now, and I'm just going to do a very simple edit of kind of just putting the clips together. Nothing fancy or anything. This will be very simple videos, just to, again, show you progress throughout the week and a little bit of behind the scenes. So today is Monday when I'm filming this. Hopefully you're watching this on Sunday. That's my goal, to upload these every Sunday. They may actually be pretty long, up to 10 to 20 minutes, basically just depending on what I'm doing that week. So what I'm doing today is, first of all, I've been reading this book, Thrawn. It's a Star Wars book. I'm almost done with it. You can see my bookmark right there. Phenomenal book. For those of you following me on Instagram saw that I just actually got back from vacation on Saturday night, and I was reading this while there, so that was a lot of fun. Phenomenal book. Like I said, it kind of gave me the reading bug, so I got a package from Amazon today, and inside are Catalyst and Inferno Squad, 2 more Star Wars books. I also ordered Dark Disciple, but for whatever reason it got delayed in shipping, and it should be here in the next few days. You'll probably see that at some point in this weekly update video. But I'm really excited to read these, so once I finish Thrawn, I'll move on to the next ones. You can see inside here there's a timeline that shows all the different canon Star Wars books. I think there's like hundreds of Star Wars books, but after Disney bought Star Wars, you know, only certain ones, or actually I think the ones after Disney bought Star Wars that were written are considered canon now, so that's the ones listed there. So my goal is eventually to read all those, but like I said, I'm just starting with those 3 right now in addition to Thrawn, so excited for that stuff. There's a lot of great inspiration for mocks in there, and just general Star Wars information. So great reads, definitely recommend, especially Thrawn, to anyone thinking about it. So what else am I working on today? Well, you may have seen the sorting, scrapping, and storing episode that I uploaded on this past Saturday. You probably should have seen 2 more by now, Wednesday and Saturday. But in the one that I'm talking about, I referenced this giant pile of plates with tiles on them. These take quite a while to take off. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't see in those episodes. So my goal today, being Monday, I want to get that video out on Wednesday, the next episode. So I'm going to try to take all these tiles off these plates today, as well as on the ground over there. I also have another whole pile with jumpers and that sort of thing on there. So my goal today is to get all that removed. I'm guessing it'll take about 2 to 3 hours. I'll probably end up setting up a time lapse so you guys can follow along for that. So it is now Wednesday. I did finish up sorting all of these pieces and separating them at the end of Monday. However, I took the rest of Monday off, and Tuesday I didn't really unfortunately I wasn't able to get in to the Lego room at all to do any work. I had some other matters to take care of. So anyway, today is Wednesday. Today, sorting, scrapping, and storing needs to go up. So I have a lot of work to do. I'm really behind schedule. I try to film it all the day before and usually edit it up on the day I upload. If not, have it already edited and just schedule the upload. So like I said, I'm very behind on that, unfortunately. So right now I'm going to film basically the update from last week's episode, basically a follow-up type thing of saying, hey, I separated the pieces, that sort of thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and start with the next episode, or the rest of the episode for this week. So just something interesting to share. This is some of the downtime I have while filming the sorting, scrapping, and storing episode. So these are the sets right here. I do 5 multiples of the same set that I scrap at once, and I film each scrapping at a different camera angle using, again, this camera right here, the Canon 70D. So when you see those slow motion shots that I like to include, I know not everyone's a big fan of those, but I like to see those every now and then. So I throw those in all of the episodes. The slow motion of me kind of tearing down the set, I cut between different angles. So each angle is actually a different set. So I'll set the camera up like this is the last angle that I filmed. It was zoomed in a bit more like this, something like that. And then I had the set right here, the lights were on and everything. And then I tore it apart. And I kind of go a bit slower than usual, and then I'm also filming at 60 frames per second on here, and then I slow that down to 30 frames per second in post, giving it a little bit more slow motion. I wish I could go up to like 120 or something on here, 120 frames per second, so I could slow it down even more, but unfortunately this camera is not capable of that. But yeah, so after I film those 5 sets, that's all you see of me. The actual teardown in the video that you watch is only these 5. Now I have to spend about an hour or about an hour and a half maybe of just tearing down all of these now and separating these pieces individually. And then the fun part is sorting them into the individual piles. The first time I did this, I did a shot where like I snapped with my finger, and then before it was just a bunch of random pieces, all the pieces from the set laid out, and then when I snapped, they were all organized by piece type. That took about 2 hours to separate and pick all those out. So I'll probably do something similar this time, although I have a few ideas in mind. Alright, so it is currently 11:01 p.m. on Wednesday, way later than I would have liked to get this uploaded. I'm just about finished uploading, but basically I had something going on in the early evening, and then I was recording Bricks and Bits with Ryan and Justin, Just a Good, on YouTube, Ryan M&R Productions. Definitely check out their podcast if you haven't seen it. It's awesome. So I was their guest this week. So just recorded that, finished up. I'm going to finish up the edit here and upload this video. Alright, so today is Thursday. I was able to get that episode out last night, which was awesome to do, just before midnight my time. One thing I do want to point out is I mentioned at the beginning of this week, I got these 2 books, and I just finished Thrawn the other night. So I think I'm going to start on Catalyst next. But I mentioned I ordered Dark Disciple, and Amazon just messaged me today, and they said the package was actually lost, so they're sending me another one, which is very rare. I've never had an Amazon package be lost before, so I found that kind of interesting. Anyways, today I'm working on a special project. Today, like I said, is Thursday, and Season 5 of Fortnite came out, for those of you who play that game. It's like one of the most popular games of all time, so I figured I'd build something from that and try to release it tomorrow to kind of write off the hype wave of Season 5. So they released like a golf cart thing in the game that you can drive around on or something. So I'm going to try to replicate that, build that today, and then upload the video tomorrow on Friday, the day after the release of Season 5. So hopefully I can get that all out. This is like a similar thing that I did with the Pokemon Go when that went big. I did the Pokeball build and the Pikachu build. So we'll see if I can get this to work out. The other thing I want to work on today is cleaning up. There's just stuff everywhere. I knocked over a bunch of stuff while I was filming yesterday, and there's bins out everywhere. It's just getting really hectic in here. So I gotta clean up today and then work on that golf cart. Okay, so far I picked out the kind of things that go above the wheels. Right there, the actual size of the wheels themselves. I'm still working on how far apart I want them. Right now, the challenge I'm facing is this is going to be the top part of it, the roof of the golf cart. And then these black bars, I have 2 of these that bend and flex, are going to come along the sides here. So I'm trying to figure out how to attach this to here without adding a lot more height to the roof, because I want it to stay this thin. So that's a challenge I'm facing. I've spent about 10 minutes about right now, because I could put like one of these clip pieces on here, down here, and of course in the correct color, but the way the clip is, you have to raise this another plate this way for it to not to hit anything, and I don't want it to look that bulky, so I'm still working on a solution for that right now. Okay, so I just figured it out. I'm using these 2x2 plates with this Technic pinhole underneath on one end. So I only have one in blue, at least in this bin. There may be others elsewhere in this pile right here. But I really like how this looks. I put a white one up in the front there just to get the look of it. But I really like the positioning of the bar under there. It's the right spot that I want it at. So I think this is going to be the final design. So now I'm going to look real quick online, see if there's any sets that I have that have this piece in it. I need at least 3 others in blue. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rework it. Alright, so lucky for me, there are 4 of it in this set. The only other set that I had that had these in it was the Twilight. There were 2 in there. Remember, I need 3. So the challenge now will be finding out where they are in this set. I'm going to see... I'm going to have to do some digging in here. After a little digging, I was able to find them. They're right here, connecting the main body to the wings. So I'm going to pull these out and kind of try to preserve the set as best as I can so I can put it back together. I'm done with the build. So I've made a decent amount of progress now. I have at least the front frame. Obviously the front won't look this bulky and strange, but the key part was getting these connection points up front. You know, I was trying to get it to kind of seamlessly blend in. So I had those clips coming out right in front of these banners. So I think that looks pretty cool. And then the back here, this is the toughest part. This took me about 20 to 30 minutes to figure out how I wanted to get it. Because in the actual game, only the 2 people in the front are seated under the actual canopy with the bars, and then there's a section in the back for 2 more people to sit. So I was trying to figure out how to incorporate that and still get these black poles to come through and connect. And I had to pull them down far enough so that the canopy would be in the correct position. And I think I have at least a very close idea of what the final design will be. If not the final design itself. Obviously some of the colors will be changed out. A lot of this is just temporary right now, but I'm just getting a feel for what it'll look like. And I think I'm going to use some jumper plates to offset the minifigs so that they won't be looking straight into the bar. So I'll see if I can do that right now. Alright, so it's about 8 o'clock. I've been at this for about 4 hours, and here's my progress so far. I really have most of it figured out by now. The back is completely done. The middle, I have all of the framework done there and the steering wheel put in. I just have to figure out the flooring and then the center console there. And then I just have to do the front. So I'm going to take a quick break, maybe come back in an hour or 2 and try to finish it off tonight so I can film it tomorrow. So today is Friday. That means upload day for this mock, which I still have quite a ways to go. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon right now, so I'm going to hopefully take no more than 3 to 4 hours to finish this one up. After thinking about it last night, I decided to change up this back here. It was just too plain for me. I played the game a little more last night just to get a better idea of what the back looked like. I've been looking at a few reference pictures, but sometimes when you stare at those for a while, it's easy to forget some of the details. And I noticed in the back here, there's a little cooler, a red cooler with a white lid, so I might just put like a red 2x2 plate with a white 2x2 tile on top right there. And there's also a bag of golf clubs in the back, so I think I'm gonna put just some 1x1 round bricks and then like a rod or something with to be like a makeshift golf club kind of popping out in the back here. And then I'll put the license plate with the lights a little bit lower, probably underneath there somewhere. So I'm gonna rework that now and see if I can get that to look more accurate. Alright, so after a while of reworking, the back is quite a bit more fragile now. The connections aren't quite as intricate as before and secure, so it's a little bit looser. Nothing will fall off when I'm pushing it around or anything, but just not as strong as it used to be when I first built it. However, I was able to put in the little bag in the back here. Originally I thought there were golf clubs in there, but then I realized it was actually the pickaxes for the characters were in there, so I decided to throw this little axe piece on there to kind of simulate that. And then I was able to fit the red cooler with the white lid that we see in the game. If I bend that down, you can see the red in there. So I was able to fit that in the back there too. So I think the back is finalized. I'm gonna go ahead now and work more on the inside part right here, finishing up the bottom of the sides, and then I can work on the front instrument panel. Okay, so I added in these exhaust ports on these sides, and then I put some blue and white plates down, and then I changed out the slopes and bricks in the back here to be blue to kind of carry over that blue theme. So I think I'm going to stop for this front part for now, because it's all going to depend on what the very front of this golf cart is going to look like, because there may be some structure that arches back in here, so I got to figure that out first. So this is probably going to be the hardest part today, and really will decide the final model is finishing this front part right here, and then the console right here shouldn't be that hard after that. The problem I'm tackling now is I reworked the way that this thing with the flaps and the clips is structured, that this part clips into the top canopy. And so the problem is I want this to be really low, almost flush down here, so that the flaps, once down correctly, are pretty flush with the wheels. If I angled these down a bit more, you can see I want it to look like that. However, I'm having a tough time figuring out how to connect this part to the front console here. You know, the very basic solution would just be use these modified bricks with studs on the sides. It was the way it was placed on here, like it needed to be in between, and when you used a jumper it made it too high. I tried using this piece right here, so I'm going to experiment with a few others. I use this one too, the opposite side of that. So I'm going to experiment with a few others and see if I can work it out so that I can get this as close to the main frame as possible, so that the flaps are pretty close to the wheels. Okay, so I pretty much have the finished model here. I am incredibly impressed with how it turned out. Very impressed. The one thing I'm trying to fit in is an instrument panel, this piece right here. And I'm trying to fit it in the inside part right next to the steering wheel, but I'm having a lot of trouble with that. So that's my last challenge, and once that's done, it's time to film the video. So I figured it out. I had to work a hinge in there in the bottom. That was the easiest way, or the most efficient way really to get it done. The only way I could figure out. Looking back at the picture just to do a final check, I realized that there's a little flag pole thing in the back with a little flag on it, and then a little light on the top of the canopy there. So I got to do those real quick, but that should be very simple. But yeah, I'm so excited that this came together. I'm really proud of how it all looks, and I'm excited to make the video. Alright, so today is Saturday. I just got in here in the leg room. It is a complete mess right now. There are bins all over the floor, a bunch of sets on here that I had to steal pieces from. This is all to build that Fortnite golf cart that I finished up yesterday. I don't think I filmed any other clips after I finished it. I was really happy with how it turned out, actually, and it was one of my favorite models to build. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this, I intended to kind of be like that Pokemon Go thing to ride off the hype wave of it. But in all honesty, it's a lot of fun doing those kind of projects where it's all spontaneous and it's something that you've never really built before. When I did the Pokemon thing, I've never thought about building a Pokeball or a Pikachu before. You know, it's a different kind of challenge. I'm used to building Star Wars bases and models, so I'm not kind of inclined to that level of building. So it was a lot of fun. And with the Fortnite golf cart, you know, I've never built a golf cart before. I've never really built like a city type vehicle, I guess you could say. So it was a lot of fun working on it. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people can build it a lot better than I can. I've never built in that genre. I think it turned out pretty good for, you know, for the time constraint, building in 2 days, and getting it out, and, you know, just my building skills. So I was really excited to do it, and again, it's just a lot of fun. So I highly recommend doing that if you're ever interested. Just kind of spontaneous, be like, hey, I'm gonna build this or try to replicate this. I'm gonna get it done in this amount of days, whatever. It's a lot of fun. So something else that happened is I got this package today of, here it is, Dark Disciple. So Amazon lost it, as I mentioned earlier in the week. So they sent me a new one right here. So I'll be reading this probably first, and then Catalyst, I think, and then Inferno Squad. We'll see how that goes. But I'm excited for this. The plan for today, I have a Rebel Egg meeting, and then a Rebel Egg live stream. So if you want to watch that, go over to the Rebel Egg channel. You can see it air afterwards, because you'll be watching this on Sunday. Today is Saturday. And then I'm not going to have time to do a sorting, scrapping, and storing, just because the room is a complete mess. And in order to film that, I have to have this whole space clear and this whole table clear. And that's just not going to happen today. I can tell you that much. So I also need to buy some more storage containers, some stack-ons from Menards. That's going to be a whole episode, actually, of when I go buy those. So I really think I'm gonna have to push it back to 1 a week instead of 2 a week. When I started, I thought, you know, it won't be that bad. I'll just film me tearing apart a set and sorting it real quick and then putting it away. You know, it'll take like an hour or two at most. Each of those episodes has taken about 8 to 10 hours of both filming and editing and doing the actual sorting itself, because that's what takes a while, is taking apart these sets. And you know, when you have to move the camera on a lot, push record and stuff, do the voiceover recordings and all that fun stuff. Like, I don't mind doing it. It's a lot of fun, but in order to get them out on time, and I don't want to keep promising, oh, it'll be, you know, every twice a week, and then I keep falling short of that. So I think I'm going to have to push it back to once a week, which is also a good thing, because I have a building series coming that I really haven't talked about a lot. because I've been working on the intro. It's a lot of After Effects work, which is an editing program, and I'm really not familiar with that at all, so I have to learn quite a bit to pull it off. When you see it's a very simple intro, and you'll be like, why did you have to spend so much time on this? But this building series is going to last possibly a few years, so I want to make sure I get it right instead of just rushing it to get it done. So I'm really excited for that to begin. I'd like the first episode to be next week. Not sure if that's realistic or not, but that'll go well then since I will be scrapping the sorting, scrapping, and storing episode on Saturdays. It'll just be on Wednesdays now. The building series will either be on a Friday or Saturday, so that'll work out. So that's all I have for now. I might check in later with some updates on how the cleanup process today is going, because that's my main goal. It's 4:58 right now on Saturday. I'm in the Rubble Lug stream right now. Have this screen pulled up with the comments. Having a great time. Definitely check this stream out after it's live if you guys want to see some great content. It's great to just put on while you're building to have that background noise. So it is Monday. Yes, this video was supposed to go up on Sunday. I will shortly begin filming for the next episode of this that will come out next Sunday. The problem I ran into yesterday was, first of all, I was moving my sister, as I mentioned, on Saturday, so I was gone for most of the day, but when I got back at night, I was having extreme difficulty getting the clips from my phone onto the computer. My original plan was just to upload them to the Google Drive, and then I'd have access to them on my computer, which has worked in the past for like 1 or 2 clips, but I had about 28 clips, I think, 25 clips, something like that, to upload. And it just was not working. I don't know why. It would upload like 1 or 2, and then it would just stop from my phone. So I don't know what the problem there was. So I had to end up downloading the application and then making it easy to just transport from my phone onto the computer. So I got them all there. You can see them now. I just have to put this one on, obviously. But I sincerely apologize for getting this up a day late. I don't know what happened yesterday with the Google Drive. But that does it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my channel for some other awesome LEGO videos, and have a great day.